can you? And then, yeah, because it's not fair when you have four brothers. Ja, ja, beide wollen mit der W anziehen. Ah, der ist schon ähnlich. Ja.
Line looks good. Lot of room. Now we're on the boonies. Where do you want it? The broom? Where do you want your ice?
Oh, just outside edge of 8, just a bit less, I think. Okay. I was pretty positive with that
You
one.
were really positive, yeah.
Just a little more.
Line looks good.
Way to pick that.
Not moving yet.
Amanda in.
I think right off. Amanda? Amanda, if you can. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I think we're going to be okay. Right on the tee. Here we go again. Yeah, good game. Good game. Good game. It's like deja vu.
Good curling. Good curling. Good curling. Good curling. Okay.
Girls and their names are wrong, right? Could you please change them again?
Yeah, yeah. Golfish now. That's a sliding broom. And the hair
Sliding
is a
and the
sliding
hair is a sliding broom.
I know it is. I know.
The heads
Yeah.
are different though. We put these three.
So we have hammer.
Goed, valt dit er gleich uit.
Also. Nice. Nee, Nick, ook.
Good afternoon to everybody watching around the world, and welcome back to the Jurors Centre here in Perth for the afternoon draw, the 2 p.m. draw local time. We're bringing you the tiebreaker game
Keep an eye on that.
from Section C between Tracy Fleury from Sudbury, Northern Ontario, against Melanie Barbezat from the Beale Curling Club in Switzerland. Both teams with a 2-2 record from this morning's round robin. In fact, they both played this morning in the 9 o'clock game when Tracy Fleury had a out-turn tap back to win and caught a guard and gave the game to Barbezat. So the winner of this game will go on to this evening's quarter-final when they'll play against the hometown favourite Eve Muirhead. Should be an excellent game. I'm joined this afternoon in the commentary box by Robin Niven, and we'll be bringing you coverage of this afternoon's game. Rob, how do you see this one panning out?
Well, it's almost impossible to call. It's a really great tiebreaker game for us. We're really blessed with the way the draws opened up for us. It was a classic encounter, and you really couldn't separate the two teams. They've come through with 2 wins, 2 defeats each, and they're both really competitive teams on the tour. The Champions Tour in Europe, Barbezat's performing well, and Team Fleury are do very well on the World Curling Tour across Canada.
Yeah, the Barbezat team are up and coming team. They're all young girls and looking to progress in the sport, willing to give up some full-time work. Speaking to Melanie yesterday, and she's working 100% full-time just now as a physiotherapist. Was willing to drop her hours to try and improve her team's performance and gain more ranking points, more experience, which is a great commitment to the sport. Team Fleury, definitely more experienced. Rob, they've been playing in the Grand Slams and playing high-level curling in Canada for a long time now. A little bit older.
Yeah, it's the classic case of a Canadian North American team playing against an up-and-coming European team, and then we've got the also the clash of ages, the experience of Fleury's team against the youth of Barbezat. So I think we're going to see an interesting dynamic between the two teams here. Obviously, this first end, they're just feeling each other out. They've just they'll know about each other after this morning's game. So nobody's going to take a chance too early. There was a lot of rocks in play earlier, real attacking stuff, and I think we're going to see the same as the game develops here.
Yeah, early ends just want to get the feel for the ice again and get themselves settled in, get the weight and line right. Just a little tight there on the out turn.
Still swinging big, Dave. The ice has been really consistent throughout the weekend. Sometimes when you play the European Tour events, as the competition goes on, the ice is played on a lot more. It can get flatter and slower, but really it's lightning quick. The girls were saying this morning it was as quick as it's been, 3.3 seconds. And really swinging 12 feet, edge of the 12 foot right across the other side of the house. So real arena ice, and I know the teams are really pleased with it.
Yeah, Paul Martin and his ice crew here in Perth, his brother Phil, have done a superb job on the ice as always, and it's I was going to say it's running pretty fast, but not fast enough for Amanda's corner guard there. Just come a little bit short.
Commentator's curse.
Commentator's curse, Rob. Yep, straight off the bat. But no, the ice has been good. We're seeing 5 and 6 feet draws on most parts of the ice. Weight sensitive. We saw an example this morning. Front ring weight, cutting the line, and the next shot she played was back ring weight, and it sat about 2 feet wider of the line. That's what you want to see. So it doesn't all just...
Yeah.
You've got to get weight and line right all the time.
I think that was all that was wrong with Amanda's draw there. I don't think it was too much about the weight as much. I think she just folded it across herself and it swung so much. Here's a better throw here from Daniela. Sorry, Carol. Sorry, the second.
Yep, Carol Hill just slipping into the house, trying for a tight guard. Yep, so the Barbezat team will be looking to try and force the one here if they can to get the hammer back. Fleury won the draw shot challenge. Good hit and roll out to the wing, gets the Swiss girls onto fresh ice.
So we've had the group games, and we're really into sudden death now. So the winner, as you said earlier, Dave, has got the enticing quarter-final tie of local girl Eve Muirhead, and probably competition favourite potentially. So they'll be keen to try and take a big scalp in the quarter-finals just for the opportunity.
Yeah, we've got some great lineups tonight. Tiranzoni is playing against Val Sweeting from Edmonton. Lena Patz goes head-to-head with the Japanese girls, Ogasawa. And Anna Hasselberg plays against Daniela Drendel from Germany. So a good international field. Should be some great games.
Yeah, all the big guns have really handled the ice better than the up-and-coming newcomers. Just showing that it's more like arena ice than what a lot of the local Scottish teams have been used to, and that's the value of the exposure these Scottish teams have had to play against these girls, not just the ice conditions but the tactics. The way these girls play the game at the highest level is probably alien to a lot of the way the Scottish girls will see the game played. They really go for it towards the second half of the game, and defending their twos when they get these corner guards up is very, very difficult.
I think you're right. The Scots in particular have been a bit tentative and a bit frightened to attack, whereas the girls from around the world have been willing to take the game on right from the start and try to establish an early lead.
Yeah, I mean the strength of that draw there. We've got seven quarter-finalists. They're all in the top 20 on the world rankings at the moment, and I don't think we'll have had a field like that in Europe before. Certainly outside of maybe a world championship, but sometimes the world championship wouldn't have a field as strong as that in the quarter-finals.
No, there's not too many of them, Rob, want to play for our Wednesday night Super League team. Might struggle against some of these teams, possibly, for a few ends.
Quite happily have them coming in for us.
Kirsten Webster a little bit tight there in the out-turn take-out.
Crystal's got a lot of experience, Dave. She's played at the highest level for a long time, and playing with a team from Northern Ontario, even though she's from Calgary. So it's an interesting lineup. She's obviously got herself a good dynamics with this team. They're doing very well, and they've gone away slightly, or they've relaxed the rule a little bit about having all 4 players from the single province, just to try and strengthen some of the lesser known provinces, perhaps.
I think that, but I think also the Canadians were feeling that they had a disadvantage against the rest of the world, in particular in the ladies' game, where the rest of the world are every bit as strong as Canada are just now, and the problem they had was playing for all from one province maybe restrict them, whereas now they've dropped this residency rule and you're allowed to play with somebody out with your own province, which these girls have done, and got Crystal on board to add experience and expertise to their team, and it's working well for them. They're currently lying in 12th place just now in the World Curling Tour.
Yeah, and they are looking forward to the Players' Championships in a fortnight's time, so this is great practice for them. Not too many of the World Curling Tour events come into this stage of the season, so they were delighted when they saw this in the calendar. And they're playing big tournaments. They were runners-up in the National 2015, so they'll be looking to do very well and finish towards the last places in the Players' Championships. Just a little bit deep. It's up to speed already. First end, off the bat, straight away. So
yeah, the ice is running sort of 14.7 to 15 seconds hog to hog, which is a pretty rapid speed. To be getting that sort of speed in this amount of swing is as close as we can get to arena ice. You see Melny here taking edge of the 8 foot into the 12 foot to draw around a centre guard.
Yeah, Team Barbezat's got a real opportunity here of a steal. They've managed to get the centre guard up at the first end, and if she can go top 4 here, Tracy Fleury's going to have to produce the goods straight away off the first end. Looks pretty good. That'll finish a lot at the end, and that's right on top of the 4 foot there.
Nice shot. I mean, we timed that one 14.7 hog to hog. That's pretty much where it's been all week. It's slightly quicker after a couple of ends, but 0.3 of a second is not a massive difference. 2 meters probably.
Yeah, it comes down to sweeping at the end there. Once it gets quicker, the brushes have a bigger effect, and you see the girls having a bit more confidence in where they want to place the stones. So Tracy's going to have to follow this in. The guard's still quite long. She's playing that with a bit of back ring weight probably. It's cut the ice probably 2 feet from where Melanie threw, so I think we're seeing this just enough weight to tap it.
Yep, we're calling a back ring hack weight here.
We have seen that this week, that even though the weights are up, the stones still swing, so you just got to be brave and back your ice. You've got to take plenty on these hack weights.
And not start it when you mentioned in Amanda's corner guard, it came up short of the hog line. It just a soft release, pulled over very early, got into the colder ice and stopped.
Yeah, the swinging rice, the quicker rice really exposes poor technique, so they have to be on it all the time. Just sweep to try and get a swing there.
Too much ice there, just
Yeah,
slid
that's
past
what
the
it was.
side, or she was a touch wide, one of the two.
I wouldn't throw that any different.
What an opportunity for the Swiss girls. Melanie Barbezat to come right down on top of that and freeze onto it.
I wonder if she was maybe just a shade heavier than she wanted to be there. It came and rested on the hack, and certainly was enough ice for that.
She said she was happy with the way she threw it, so perhaps she just over-iced for the shot.
Yep. That looked a positive throw that time. I think she's maybe just overthrown that a touch. It should come back from there, but I think
A long way to draw.
yeah, they're going to take it past just to not set up a nest for her.
Well, she's certainly done that, Rob. She got past it, but
Yeah, she just overthrew it. She just, or it's maybe getting a bit quicker down that track. We've had half a dozen stones in a row down there, but yeah, the girls should be more experienced than all that.
yeah, she was disappointed. That was a huge opportunity to force Canada at the very worst to play the out turn, draw round about it. Now they've got the keen side of the ice where all the stones have been down. Tracy Fleury just coming back to play a tap back on this one. Back 8 weight, she said.
Yeah, so she's got the same ice. Might cut the weight up just a tad here. I don't think it's going to swing uncontrollably. I think nice positive throw, she'll be fine. Barbezat will be happy enough. Created the force.
Yep, exactly. She'll be happy having created the force, but disappointed not to perhaps have stolen here.
Called that early.
Passes the guard by a fair bit there, Rob.
Yeah, the weight's better this time. It's caught the curl earlier. Good shot.
Well played. Well played. Good force.
Yeah.
Whichever way you want to look at it.
Yeah, I think both teams will be relatively comfortable with the way that end went. Clearly Barbezat had an opportunity, but the opportunity was from nothing, and they were always just going for the force there. So they've got the hammer, they're only one down, they're in control. They both had a bit of a feel of the end. It's not just been a game of skittles, so they'll have learnt a lot.
One thing the teams like to watch here, Rob, is that they've only played one side of the ice for pretty much 16 stones, all came down the left-hand side of the centre line, which means that the other half of the sheet hasn't really been broken yet, so it could be a little bit slower.
Yeah, all these sheets will perform slightly differently, Dave. I mean, there's little nuances like a putting green in golf course that you can't see them, but you learn from them, the way the stones react. Barbezat has a slight advantage, perhaps. She played in this sheet on Friday evening. So there'll be a bit of feeling out to try and find if there's a certain bit that draws more, a little bit quicker. And the teams will use the first two ends to try and find out and get a feel for both sides of the sheet. So.
Yeah, that's right. There's always a discussion as to how often teams play in the one sheet. Very difficult to always schedule it to avoid that. I know, for example, tonight Eve Muirhead's coming onto this sheet to play against the winner of this game, so is that a disadvantage? You're playing back-to-back games, the same sheet. You see often in the Grand Slam events, and I think the top teams don't really worry too much about that. You get on, play your shots, adapt to conditions. Ice is very, very similar from sheet to sheet here.
They will, of course, have different stones, so there won't really be an advantage, but I think just the knowledge that you've been on it, there's a familiarity. It's about a football team playing at home. Sometimes it's psychological.
Yeah, that's right. Well, in this tie-break in the quarter-finals, the teams who have topped the round robins in the group will have the choice of the hammer, that's the last stone at the first end, or the colour of stones. So I'm pretty sure that Team Muirhead will be after the hammer, and the teams who are playing here will no doubt take their same colour again.
So Daniela Rupp's gone a bit deep there. I think that was intended corner. So the opportunity to steal a 2 is getting harder. Tracy Fleury will be quite happy to lie 2 and get a soft force back here if she can keep repeating. I don't know if Barbezat will really go for a corner guard when she's lying 2 against. I hope so. That one's back to the house. Yeah, it's gone out. So really, I think she'll go corner again. Nothing's changed. Great standard of curling at the moment coming out of Switzerland, Dave. We've seen 4 world champions out of the last 5 years at Ladies Worlds, and the teams here this week haven't disappointed either. They're a strong group of different girls coming out of Switzerland, different formats, different lineups, all very competitive.
Yeah, they really are, Robin. They're now ranked #1 nation for ladies curling around the world for the first time, and it's a great tribute to their programme, their training and the way they're being coached and mentored, and the ability of the athletes. Got some fantastic teams, as you said. They've had Miriam Ott, Beanie Felsher twice, and Alana Platz last year was the world champion, so they're done very well at Worlds, Europeans and Olympics, which is where they get their world ranking points from.
Yeah, great seeing Miriam Ott here curling this week. She's been coaching Pats's team, but great to see her on the ice and great to see her sweeping. There was one moment this morning when they're doing the single person sweep and poor Miriam was having to bull it all the way down.
Yep, she'll be counting the metres to the far end of the ice there, no doubt, but a lot of pressure on the coaches when they're playing with their own teams like that, Rob. You know, you can talk the talk and you walk the walk.
I'm looking forward to the day we see you down there, Dave.
I prefer playing seniors, Rob, because they've forgotten what it's like to play the game by that stage. They're just happy to be there. Nice shot from Carol Howell. Yep, just hits and rolls behind the corner guard and pushes the red Canadian stone to the back of the 4 foot.
Yeah, perfect shot. Developing the guard and also popping the one that was on the 4 foot line just back of tee, so the potential freeze is there for later on. They've really developed this end well. Missed up the corner guard with the first, but persevered, didn't lose their nerve. Sounded an early call.
Jenna Walsh from Thunder Bay playing second stones for Team Fleury.
Good shot. Well, that stone was right behind the guard. They've come round at hack weight. Almost nosed it, rolled into the 4 foot. So it just shows how much curl there is coming round there after the guard.
That's right. Yep, lovely shot, and great to see these shots being played. I mean, you saw a fantastic shot from Carol Howell, her first one, when she hit and rolled behind the corner, and yet they can still remove it with a good shot. Daniela Raup sweeping for line here. So it was Jenny Perrott sweeping for line, keeping it straight.
That's okay, stay in the rings. We saw this with a lot of the teams early on, and if you half stone and roll out there, then it gives the opposition the chance to get rid of that corner guard. So it just keeps the initiative and protects the corner guard, keeps it in play. It was vital the yellow counter stayed in the rings.
One of the other big differences, apart from the tactics that the international teams have been using, is they play the takeouts a lot less weight than some of the Scottish teams have been playing. Gives them a bigger target area, more control over the stone coming down the ice. We've had fantastic support for this event, Rob, as you know, being on the committee, from the British Curling and the performance director Graham Thompson, who's helped us run this event, and it's been a great opportunity to expose 8 of the Scottish teams to the World Game, along with Anna Fowler from England, who's played very well this week.
Great shot. Yeah, I mean, you know, in lots of ways it's disappointing that we don't have more of the Scottish and English teams into the quarterfinals, but I think that shows how important this event is, that we do get more exposure for our teams for this quality of field, and maybe it shows that, you know, there's a bit of catch up to do from our junior teams, but the bulk of our junior teams are a lot younger than the experience shown from these teams, so we're learning a lot, and I think next year we'll get better results as the more these girls play against at this level of competition. That was a cracking shot by the Swiss again.
Having a good end. That's twice they've hit and roll behind that corner guard. Crystal Webster playing in, turn tap back. Jenna Walsh trying to make it bend. Oh, doesn't manage.
It's really heavy.
Just the weight.
Yeah.
A little bit firmer than they were hoping for.
No, but it was like bouncing here.
Yeah, our first stone was lighter than that when she came round the guard, so just going to split the house, or are they playing the hit? Playing the hit and roll just to split the stones apart. Quite happy just with the 2.
Yeah, she'll want to just hit and flop to the left hand side of the line here. Jenny Perrett's second shot at the second end. Callahall working hard to keep it straight, which she just about does. Yep, good work, nice shot. Rolls to the back corner to lie second shot. First shot's totally hidden.
Yeah, she's got to just try and hit the open one now.
Well, either that, Robbie, coming down and freeze onto the yellow behind the corner guard. If you're lucky, you can perhaps lie first shot. You can run the guard back into the, try and slash across the face into the yellow that's at the back. That's another option.
Yeah, it's a real tough call. I like hitting the open one, and you've got to give away a 2 by doing that, but if she risks this, she's risking a 3.
I think Tracy's point right though, Robbie. You hit the back one and
they come round again.
And come round the top, stay totally covered. You've only got 1 shot to go.
Yeah.
You're risking losing a 3, which should be a lot at this stage. They don't mind losing a 2.
Okay, might as well try to stick around. Yeah. 9.5.
Yeah, the sticking around's not going to make much difference here. I think the Swiss are coming round that guard anyway, but I think they've just got to take a chance. And
well, the Swiss will have 2 thoughts in their mind. They come around the guard, they've got to be careful not to set up a double by being a little bit heavier or bouncing off it. Alternatively, they could, Tracy Sawyer knows of this one, they can play the freeze to it.
Yeah.
And potentially get a safe 2 and possibly a 3.
Okay, 9.5 on the nose.
So it's risk and reward.
Little more.
The aggressive calls to come round the corner guard.
Yeah, this is what we were saying earlier about it's very hard to defend these 2s because the corner guard, once it's up, it's so easy to get right round behind it because the ice is so consistent that it's hard to defend it. They played really 1 stone to get round it, and suddenly the 2s appeared from nowhere. That's a good shot, but alas, might not be good enough.
Well, we can see if she's going to call the freeze or just split the house to lie 2.
Either or is good enough because they're going to have to chase it. And as soon as they get anywhere on that track, anywhere between 3 feet on that line of the stone, there's a chance of a jam. Just trying to get the ice right here. It's difficult convincing yourself it needs as much as that, but it really does.
Yeah, big swings and weight dependent. She's got to be careful not overthrow this with that amount of ice and think that she's got backing. It could go past the side of it. I think you're better going for back 4 foot weight here, dead weight, and just make sure you You want to go deep enough here, Rob, so there's no option of a hit and roll behind the two shots on the right hand side. So 24-year-old physiotherapist from Basel in Switzerland, Melanie Barbezat. First shot, second end. Super strength, has got plenty of weight.
Yeah, looks it too. They're trying to sweep for the drag, but it's too heavy. They can't help that one.
This was the exact issue we mentioned, Rob. You have the back one there. Takes a lot of ice. Took ice for the dead weight and just overthrew it a fraction.
Yeah.
Opportunity
I mean, you can even throw just back.
missed there.
Yeah, it's the quicker track. They were throwing down that side, going the other way, weren't they? So it's just caught them out. Like you say, a bit of adrenaline as well. They had the two lined up in her head before she threw it.
Yeah, it doesn't look pretty. Okay.
Still a very tough shot here for Tracy. She's just trying to come past the guard here and then tap this yellow shooter back.
She almost got it.
Doesn't want to bounce off it and give an easy chance for two.
So draw down this pack would be like a 4, probably.
Yeah, she'll be a bit lighter this time.
Tracy, an accountant from Sudbury in Northern Ontario.
Whoa! Jenna!
She must be a little wide of line. They're
Hard, Jenna!
asking
Hard, Jenna!
Jenna Walsh to try and get to bend more.
Hard!
Oof. Again, just a little bit too much ice for that weight.
Yeah, I'm sure that's heavier weight than they called when she was in the hack. So because really that came up to rest in the barrier. So yep, just weights for ice, Dave. That's just the difference. It's a millimetre here and there. That's all they need.
Well, she told her teammate she was trying to throw back 8 foot, which means she was stopping in the back of the white circle. It certainly passed through there with a bit to spare. So can Team Switzerland capitalise on that error and pick up the 2 points? It looks pretty good.
Yeah, they've worked hard for this end. They've earned that too. Classic 3-card trick. They got the guard up and then played 2 hit and rolls in behind. So yeah, fully deserved. Good play.
Yep, they had 2 very good hit and rolls, and Can did 2 in-turn tap backs were a little bit heavy and missed them both. So 2 points, a fair result in the end. So after 2 ends, Melanie Barbezat leads Tracy Fleury by 2 shots to 1.
Yeah, Barbezat's had a busy season. They've been on the Grower Champions Tour all year, playing together. Got to the latter stages of the Bernese ladies, the Stockholm ladies, the Women's Masters at Basel. Obviously, they've been playing in their own Swiss curling league as well to see who will represent Switzerland, and they were across here in the Dumfries Challenger Series as well. No successes, but they're never far away, so it just shows how successful and consistent they can be. So Team Fleury won't be taking them lightly.
No, we're delighted to be able to bring this game to you today from the city of Perth here in Scotland in this Curling Champions Tour event by our title sponsors EDF Energy, who in conjunction with British Curling, the Guer Switzerland, Perth and Kinross Council, Mercure Hotels, and our hosts here at Live Active Leisure's Dewar Centre in Perth. We're indebted to all our sponsors for supporting the event, and our local businesses who have also got right behind it and made all this possible.
Yeah, it was great seeing the Civics reception on Thursday night there, Dave, with all the teams mixing with a lot of the local sponsors, and the Provost, wishing them all good luck, mixing around the tables. It was a great event. Just first night there, bit of relaxation time for the girls before they played their first games. So all good fun.
Yeah, we're lucky in Perth, Rob, that Provost Liz Grant's been incredibly supportive to curling events throughout her time in office and never fails to get behind it and come along and support the events. Makes a big difference to all the local organisers. So Daniela, just trying to draw down, on top of the 8 foot, protect her first shot.
Yeah, it's great for our game that we've seen that early 2 scored. I think we'll see Team Fleury going for it. They've got the corner guard up. 2 perfect stones from Barbezat again. We'll get some curling this end. Trying to do exactly as the Swiss did to them. Amanda just going to try and catch the high side of this and roll in behind the guard. Maybe even feather the one on the button on the way past. Just over curling.
Sure, it's the tight side, I think.
Yeah, rolled that across herself. Got the high one.
9-6.
This was the difference at the other end when the Swiss didn't quite get it right, but they kept it in play and it protected the corner guard. This time the Swiss have got the luxury of being able to peel it off.
Yep, taking the corner guard off to try and prevent the multiple score, but doesn't do it successfully. Won't be happy with that. Candy going to use that corner guard now.
It's moved it a little bit wider, but like you say, it's still a corner guard, and we've seen these ends develop that they just have to bite the 12 foot, and it's going to be a danger stone.
Line's good. Close. Yep. Yep. Hard, Amanda.
Jenna Walsh on the in-turn.
Just for weight. Just for weight.
It's a great line in here.
Stay with it.
They're going to have to take that deep. Yeah, that's a great shot. Right behind.
Good shot. Shot. No timeout.
We'll see the straight back this time. She's going to take the effort on it.
Great shot in there.
There's a slight angle. She'll maybe be able to catch it on the way past.
That's what I mean, Rob. Although that Carol Held hit the corner guard and checked across, it wasn't enough to take the threat away.
Just going to make sure they take it on the high side and roll away. So Tracy Fleury just replacing the guard again.
Lots of line. Wait if you can. 2.5.
Jenna Walsh from Thunder Bay. There's been great hotbed of top Canadian curlers coming out of Thunder Bay. It's pretty isolated the way up there, but they can really develop curling.
Well, the home of world champion Al Hackner and Rick Lang, 2 great players, are both from the Northern Ontario town.
Do you like the hit on yours?
Nice corner guard, Rob, just covered it perfectly.
Yeah, there's a real skill level in placing these corner guards, because as we've seen, they can swing so much once it comes away from the centre line, and to be able to put it just 2 meters short of the house and just right in line like that is like placing it on a sixpence. Al Hackner's had a good run in the seniors, Dave. Is he one of your opponents this year?
No, he's not actually, Rob. It's a team from east of Canada. His name currently escapes me.
Put you on the spot there.
That's for winning in a couple of weeks' time, not for now. Yeah, Al and Rick actually lost the world final to Keith Prentice from Scotland in Edmonton a few years ago.
A lot of ice again here for Crystal. We've just seen her intern swinging more than Jenna's on the last end coming this way, so it'll be interesting just to see.
Need to work hard at this. Trying to keep the separation between the two reds, which she does do.
I thought she was going corner guard again, so she's decided that we're not near enough through the end now to split the house and get her two.
Getting a lot of ice here for Jenny Perrett's shot.
It's very flat for the double. I think she'll be happy just to move the yellow counter just into the middle of the house with the other one. Keep them close together.
Oh, even better still, she's coming right on top of it. Look
Yeah.
at that.
They've had a great start to the game, the Swiss. They've really come out of the traps. In a bit of bother that end, and they've turned the whole end around.
Sorry, I was strong over here.
Yeah, great call again from Team Fleury. Just play a tap back hack weight just to try and pop the yellow, roll to the wing. It might feather her own stone away pass, but there is a shot here to leave two reds.
Yep. Not easy, but even if she can chip it across the face, even if it catches the back one, it'll leave. The key thing is to leave two reds in the rings here.
Yeah. Just a bit heavier than hack, but it's a good attempt.
Can't hold the shooter in the rob, and that was the big issue.
Maybe even overswept that, Dave. It wouldn't have mattered if the yellow had caught her own shot in the way past.
Exactly, that's what I was saying. You can always catch it a little bit and move it around. Keeping two reds in play was the number one priority. It gives Melanie the bailout here. Is she going to get away from having been in a difficult situation?
Yeah, we talked about how well they worked the end to create the two. They've worked hard here to negate the two, because they were in a lot of trouble there, and they've played almost perfect curling to, other than the one jammed guard. After that, they've peeled the guard off and been able to make the hit and roll, take the double out of play without actually lifting the double.
Looks pretty good for the nose hit.
Yeah, right in the EDF sign again. Yeah, there's not a lot here for Team Fleury now. I think Tracy will just try and get out of this with a blank and set them up again.
Yep.
Yeah, after the good work. They don't want to end up with a one here and go down all square. They'd much rather be one down, keep the hammer. They know they can create stuff on this ice. They'll be able to create a 2 or a 3 opportunity. Really getting a 1 would be a score for Barbezat at the moment. Nice throw. Yeah, Tracy actually came over a few days early with her husband and just had a few extra days in Scotland, round about Edinburgh and Perth, and enjoyed the local hospitality. Big fans of Scotland. The rest of the team came and joined them later on in the week.
Yeah, they certainly have, and Jenny Walsh was saying that her and her husband are staying for a week afterwards to tour around Scotland. Get the benefit of some nice spring weather just now.
Yeah, they've come from snow, so ouch.
Wow.
Don't mind drawing up to it.
That came out of left field, that one, Rob.
Yeah, I didn't see that at all.
It's a little wide.
Just must have totally overthrown it.
You've thrown here a lot.
Blocked her out, turned back,
She
and
must have squared it back a bit as well, I think,
Yeah.
because it didn't make contact. So
just
this
trying to
is-
negate the swing, and they're putting the big handle on it, and it's just run straight.
So 4.
Gives Tracy Horgan the easiest opportunity. Tracy Fleury saw the easiest opportunity to come down and score 2 points and take the lead back.
No backing! No backing! Low, guys, low! I don't think you're quite on it.
It looks pretty good.
Oh dear, ran on.
What a couple of last 2 stones. A mistake from both skips with their final shots there.
Yeah, statistician's dream. Our statisticians here found those 2 last stones easy to score.
Yep. Duncan McFadgen and Matthew McKenzie doing a great job this week in keeping us right in all the numbers.
I thought it was heavy the whole way.
Okay, let's
Yeah, I mean the scoreline probably reflects the game. I would, it's 2-2, but
maybe we could have made that.
if anybody's got an advantage, it's Barbezat. They've played better, other than a freak throw there.
Yeah, that's right. I think she's had more game control. The Canadians are struggling a little bit just now.
And mine are going, we keep doing this, like mine go. Like trust that it had a big split. Yeah, okay, we'll just trust that it's gonna get there.
Yeah, okay.
I didn't think we were doing it really for weight. We were just kind of keeping it clean and like it wasn't pounding it at all.
No, I just feel like if I know
We
this
weren't
deep, we
off,
could have
though.
got on it.
Yeah,
right?
we weren't off and we didn't think
Okay, let's go.
So both teams just struggling a little just now to keep the numbers right, but the Swiss girls are outscoring the Canadians by 68 points to 63 just now, percentage wise, after
Oh, we said to curl that.
3 ends of play.
Let's go.
Yeah, it's just been the odd rock that's spoiling their stats, really. The percentages probably reflect the difference in the teams at the moment. Jenny Perret for the Swiss is currently just under 90%, so she's certainly performing. Jenna Walsh for Team Fleury in the 90s too. So it's just the odd slack shot here and there that are making the overall stats struggle a little bit. We are seeing some good curling.
Okay, good shot.
Sometimes the odd mistake makes for a better game. Team Fleury playing with the force end. They've gone centre guard again. Happy enough with that stone where it is. Just a little bit deep. She really wanted to be top 4 there. So Team Fleury will probably try and follow in and playing a little hack weight, bumper weight she called for. I'd like to have seen her playing a freeze on this, and because I think the Swiss are going to chase that guard in a moment or two.
Oh, she's tight for line. They're working it really hard. The weight's down. Crystal's indicating I think it's on the guard, Rob.
Roll it on.
Is it going to get a bite in the rings? It should spin in, I think. Not a disaster. She gets a counter out of it.
That one's really tough. That's the third time that one's curled ridiculous.
Ding eraf gedaan.
Yeah, Amanda's struggling with the stones at the moment. Just can't seem to get them to behave.
Yellow rope. Second shot. Trying to draw behind that
Is goed.
Canadian stone.
Je wilt nog, je wilt.
To only 2.
Yeah, that's a great call, isn't it? I mean, that stone's in the house and they're still using it as a guard. It's got Fleury in 2 minds here.
You can see about half of it, Rob, so she plays the tap back weight and tap it and flop on top of the yellow at the back of the 8 foot would be a good shot.
Yeah. Yeah, the shot's there. And they're back tee, the double set up, so.
That was no tap back, that was the take out weight.
Yeah, that was an opportunity for him to get out of this end. It's still looking like a favourites for a 2 for Barbezat.
Hang, er is hang. Oh, squat, linie, squat. Jenny! Jen! Poison! Ja, voor achter. Oh, oh. Oh. Achtung. Jenny. Yep.
I love the ambition here, though, these Swiss girls. A lot of teams would just be playing the regulation, split the house on the other side there, but they're using that front stone as a guard, even though it's in play. It's arguably risky in setting a double up, but they've got intentions of perhaps getting a 3 out of this. So good, ambitious curling.
Oh, Crystal slips and falls there. Is it going to go out? No, it just stays in play, but Candlelight 2.
I think she's okay.
Kom daar.
Yeah, I think they've popped it back far enough, really.
Nee, maar doe ze nou.
It was a great shot
Ik wil
again.
niet zeggen dat ze beste is. Nee, maar trees. Ja, wees je zo dat het 4 is. Ja, daar zit ze op.
Again, trying to finesse something. It would be easy enough to play the hit and stick and try and finesse a 2 from a mistake, but they're going for it. They're expecting not much given back to them from Team Fleury, so they're trying to create something with every stone they're playing here. Playing the freeze, good call.
Axel, doe
Yeah,
snel.
she's certainly trying hard for a 2. Supers think this one's got lots of weight. Backed right off it. Slowing up, but not quite enough, I don't think.
Yeah, just the hair heavy.
It's going to stay in, Roberts. Going first shot, but she's trying to get on the edge of that red one to give her backing.
playing a barrier bumper weight this time. Oh, got away with it. And even rolls in front of the yellow.
A little fortunate.
Yeah, persisting with the freeze here. These stones are at the back of the house, so if she can get it anywhere in that line, it's going to be difficult for the Canadians to move it.
Girls working it hard, trying to bring it right down to the back red. It's pretty good.
Yeah, it's a great
nice
shot.
angle as well. Beautiful
Yeah.
shot. Absolute cracker.
Nose on that. The yellow at the back still stays in play.
Unless she hits on the right hand side and the reverse kick will maybe clear them all.
Yeah.
Lovely, though. I think just off the nose you'd catch the back one here as well.
Yeah, looking to get a wee drag effect on that red stone so it goes straight back on. Yeah, just as you
like
called.
that. Yep. Could probably have got that even by hitting a little bit more of it. Should be happy enough for that. It's opened the end up and Melanie's had enough now. She's just going to try and hit and roll into the house here.
Yeah, I think that's fair enough tactic. I mean, she's had a good go. Her team are playing well. Going round this would be an unnecessary risk. Gets it slightly wrong, she might end up having to take the one rather than the blank. She's got an easy blank here. If she can get her last couple of stones in the right place, so
Trying to get swing more to stay in the house. Not going to manage it.
that's not terminal.
Nope, open end. Just we said that the last time, Robin told we had 2-0 shots in the last two, so we better not get too carried away here.
The skips are just making themselves have an easy shot at the end. No easy shots. Yeah, still an awful lot to be played for, Dave. The quarter-final position here will earn these teams a lot of ranking points. The World Curling Tour, there'll be a strength of field that will multiply up just because the top teams are here. Develops more ranking points for them, and the Champions Tour in Europe, there'll be places up for grabs for the end of season events. More invitations come in, the higher up the pecking order you can come. So real incentive for these girls to get through this game, get into quarterfinals, chance to have a crack at Eve Muirhead, but also a chance to get some ranking points for a quarterfinal placing.
Been a good event, Rob, for their inaugural organisation to get this up and going for the first time.
Oh, it's been terrific, Dave, and I must say that it's not just by accident that all these top teams have come here. There's a little bit of history with the event at Perth. That Perth Masters has been here a number of years. The girls have obviously watched a lot of the coverage. Certainly BBC Alba put on a great show in January. Pictures were televised across YouTube, across the world, and that's probably whetted the appetite of a lot of these players. But also Eve Muirhead and the girls on their tour were certainly doing a great marketing job and telling other teams how good this event would be and how good the facilities were here. And there's no doubt the attraction of Eve Muirhead's hometown rink brought a lot of these teams here.
Yeah, that's been a huge factor in the strength of the field, that even the girls and Team Muirhead did a good PR and marketing job for us to try and attract the world's best, and they've been very successful at it. Now they've invited them all here, they're trying their best to beat them, Rob. Seems a bit ironic.
Yeah, that's one of the shames that Anna Sloan's not able to play, because she put a bit of work in behind the scenes. These girls turned up to a lot of committee meetings throughout the winter on how we're going to devise the tournament and how it would be best played out. So it's a shame that she's not been able to actually come and perform
That back yellow.
next year.
Same up center.
So last shot of the fourth end for Team Fleury. Tracy just playing a draw shot here on the in turn, drawing to the wing.
Yeah, there's a yellow stone at the back there. She'll try and put it quite close. That makes it slightly harder for Melanie to get the blank out of it. If she can get it just within a foot of it, the potential jammer's on. She looks good for being right back here. The girls like it.
Lock it on. Line's great.
Yeah, good effort. Lies one.
Just that little tap.
And he's got to peel this out to blank the end. A couple of unconvincing hits the last two. She had a flash at the second end and just the third end, and just rubbed the edge of it on the last shot. So she's got to compose herself for this one.
Yeah, she's managed to get an in-turn this time, so we'll see if that's maybe her preferred handle. She was certainly over through the out-turn going away the other time, so I know when they eyed up the Canadians, they were looking to leave it half-check the other side. Early shout.
Sounds a little tight. I don't think she can lock it and
No.
give up one, but she's
Yeah.
stuck around herself, so again a point she didn't really want to score. She was trying to blank the end there.
Yeah, no disaster, but they'll feel that's an opportunity missed. They certainly worked the end well at the front end, and just let the opportunity for quite an easy blank there. They really should have been getting a blank out of that and keeping the control of the game, but no disaster. They're still up halfway. 3-2 without though. Honours even. It is interesting that Team Barbezat up front have really been dominating the game. Their front end have played particularly well, and ironically it's the last couple of stones that are just not delivering. So we'll see. It'll come. The good thing is they're creating the opportunities.
Yeah, and I like the way that both skips are calling the game, Rob. They're trying, they're being aggressive in their tactics and trying to score multiple points each time they have the hammer. And Melanie is struggling a little bit, but Jenny Perrott at third's playing a great game, so if they keep making the opportunities, I'm sure she'll convert one of them at some point.
Yeah, these are two teams that are trying to win this game. We've seen a lot of the games earlier on when a little bit more defensive tactics. Maybe some teams early on felt there was a lot to lose. There's certainly nothing to lose here for these teams by just going for it. I'm sure the coaches will have said, don't leave anything out there, because this is your last chance. You lose this game, you're going home. Different mindset.
Yep, no question about that. That's what they will be thinking. I think from Melanie's point of view as well, she's maybe struggled a little bit herself. She's turned the toss. She's 1 point ahead at half time. She can't be too unhappy with that.
Jenna, if you can. Looks like you're here, Jenna. Looks like you're here. Whoa.
Yes, continue to go for it. They've got the centre guard up. That looks like it's going to go back 4. So still really advantage Switzerland here.
Centre guard, one behind the button, Rob. It's a perfect setup for them.
Yeah. Still looks lightning there. They're just falling off the hack, sliding out and letting go of it. It's great for touch curling.
All depends on the weight. If she gets the weight right here, it'll definitely swing at the end.
Actually over curl.
Hill just trying to keep it straight, bringing it down. She will lie short, but it's just as you say, it slipped into open. We'll give Canada an opportunity to put a tap back.
Yeah, Canada will be happy just to pop these into the back of the rings. They don't really need to remove them. If the played stone stays on the tee line and the other two get popped back, it's good cover for them later on in the end.
Yep, she comes inside it. She'll squeeze the yellow into the open and leave two reds in the house. And she would say she's not worried who's lying at this stage. She's just trying to manipulate the stones around the rings to get an opportunity at some point in the end to.
It's gone. Yeah, Amanda struggled with that second rock. She's just been a little bit light. And you think that she was actually trying to bump these stones a little bit, and that's come up as a guard. So
she was asking her teammates in the hack for advice on the weight, and they were saying it didn't need much more, but I think she took that to the extreme.
Yeah, I think the in-turn there is a bit quicker than the out-turn. They've been down this side a bit more, and that certainly caught her out. But they are experienced curlers. They should be aware of that if you and I are. It's a team game here. These sweepers should be able to give a good split to their teammate in the hack.
Yep, just a yard too heavy, metre too far. Rob, that stopped on top of the fourth, which is a beautiful line. It would have swung another 6 inches more as well. We saw our last shot, how it finished there.
Yeah, I mean, it looks good for yellows, but they're both back tee. It's a nice little nest in there. Tracy's still not going to take any chances, though. She's got an opportunity to take the centre guard away. She doesn't like the way they're set up here. So we're going to try and move it. Been interesting just to see what. Oh, that's a good shot. Takes them both off.
Really nice shot. Opens up. Well played, Jenna Walsh.
She's had a great game.
Played really well. Yep, she was shooting 88% through the first 4 ends, and that wouldn't have hurt her percentages at all. It was a big change. Opened up the centre, moved the Swiss rocks from the bottom.
Yeah, it must be a real challenge for Team Fleury, just the whole dynamics and practice that they do. I mean, they're obviously a big distance between them all, and in Scotland we take it for granted that we're only ever an hour really away from your teammates to go and get some practice ice. Lots of ice rinks within a very close location, central Scotland here especially. Take it for granted when you see teams travelling from Calgary to Thunder Bay to play together. Oh, we'll take it, I think she said.
Carol shouting sorry to her opponents. Good sportsmanship. I'm sure they'll appreciate the apology, but not the end result.
That was a smile through gritted teeth from Tracy. They're a great team, actually. There was a lot of fun on the ice just before the draw shot, and great atmosphere between the teams.
Good result. Nice double takeout.
Shouldn't mind too much about that yellow bean back there. It was a nice little bit of backing, but it was more important getting the nose hit.
So quite a change in the end after 2 excellent shots from 28-year-old Jenna Walsh from Thunder Bay. doubles the guards in the first one and doubles the stones in the house for the second one.
Yeah. Yeah, so Melanie's got to just persist with this couple of nose hits here, try and keep 2 stones in play, and good shot. And force Team Fleury to a 1, get the hammer back all square. Tracy's done well, she's taken the centre guard out of play, she's got the game in the rings now. If nothing develops, she's quite happy to try and get a double out of this and create a blank. That looks like it's curling too. Yeah, good shot though. She was wanting it just a shady on the higher side to maybe roll across, put a bit more pressure onto the Swiss, but main point was staying in the house there, keep the pressure on.
Yeah, exactly. It makes it difficult for the Swiss to get separation here. There's not much room to hit it in the left of centre to pass your back one. And I think on the right hand side of centre is what you really want here, and it's just going to have to roll right across the edge of the 12 foot to prevent an easy double.
Yeah, precision placement here. They're just trying to feel each other out. It's like a little bit of game of chess here, just knowing, second guessing what your opposition skip wants to put it and put it in exactly the opposite place. So that's caught them out again there.
That's twice we've seen that. That's exactly the same spot that Melanie Barbezat missed at the third end.
Suddenly from Switzerland cruising for the force. They're Canada favourites for 2. Just a slack shot, overthrowing those out turns on that wider hand.
Yep, just a Webster opportunity to split the house to lie 2, slipping a little deeper than they'd hoped. But
yeah, just taking it deep as they can to avoid the double. I think they've done that. Swiss will just try and get it off centre and try and roll across in the face of the red at the back. Last couple of hits Melanie's had, she'll be happy just with a nose hit here.
On the Barbezat. One-turn takeout.
Slash double across. Oh,
I think she was going for the thin double there.
Yeah,
Rob,
she was.
Got caught halfway in between.
I guess it's not a bad tactic because, I mean, even with the nose hit or the hit and flop, she was still favourite for losing a 2. There was an outside chance of getting away with a blank if she could manage to make that shot. So Tracy's going to try and stick this as wide across the house as she can, split them as far apart and as flat as she can.
I think even like 4-10.
They'll be enjoying a nice 2 here from nothing.
Yep. Three stones to come. Tracy Fleury's first at the 5th end. Looking to the back of the 8 foot weight to prevent any hit and rolls or doubles.
Yeah, the sweepers like it. Certainly back tee, so they'll be comfortable enough that they're going to be level. Nice placement of the stones there.
Yep. Perfect result. No double takeout on. Canadian girls talking about their split times there and how far it's gone for the weight they were throwing. I've said a few times, Robert, it's very unusual to see ice as quick as this and swinging as much. Normally when it's as fast as that, it doesn't draw quite as much.
Yeah, the Canadian girls were saying that it's certainly a similar swing that they're used to playing in the arena ice of their slams over there, but to be able to get it as quick as this and swinging is unusual. And but it's all for touch playing. It really does encourage this attacking, more curling, and we've seen more and more of the touch shots, which is great for curling. And it's great education for our junior teams to watch the way they play. I sometimes think that part of our performance program is about watching the Canadians play, because that's ultimately who you're going to have to beat.
Oh, sorry.
10.
Well, did all she could, she's nosed it. Asking the question now of Team Fleury. An out turn tap back for the 2 points, and which gives them a 1-shot lead if they can make it.
Yeah, a wee bit more control about her weight there. When the shots and the out turns that they were missing on the right hand side of the sheet, they were just big strike weights, whereas as soon as they've cut their weight, they've been better on the brush, better on the throwing the handle. So we've seen Tracy cutting her weight here for this hit and stick as well. A little bit more control. Let the brushes do a bit. That looked like a nice throw there. They need it to curl a
It's
bit.
a little high just now.
Yeah.
Oh, Rob, that's twice that she's had opportunities for twos. Yeah, I think that's a bit of miscommunication. She's needing a little bit of sweeping to try and
drag it.
Yeah, I think if they got somebody on the top side, they could have easily nosed that. You see this here?
Yeah, they've swept on the wrong side there.
Wrong side altogether. It's this Amanda Gates should be sweeping that to get a bit more swing.
Because I thought that was a good throw and it was a good weight.
I like the way I'm throwing them.
If I would have heard you though, that could have been made too.
Yeah, you hear Amanda saying that as well. If she'd heard it, she could have made that, and there's no doubt about that.
Yeah, team dynamics. It's a team game, and the way the brushing techniques are, they can influence an awful lot of these stones on swingy ice like this. So a bit of a let off for Team Barbezat again, but 3-end game. They've got the hammer in 2 of them, and it's all square at the moment. So big advantage to Melanie Barbezat.
So, all tied up, 3 shots each after 5 ends.
3. Really good finish here, you guys.
Tracy asking Amanda for a tight guard. The target is the EDF Energy logo. EDF are our main sponsors of the event.
Speed's so good.
And we're delighted to be able to bring you this Curling Champions Tour game from the city of Perth. Thanks to our title sponsors, EDF Energy, who in conjunction with British Curling, the Guer Switzerland, Perth and Kinross Council and Mercure Hotels, along with our host venue here at Live Active Juror Centre in Perth, have made this competition possible.
Good feet. Good touch.
We've had great support from many of the local businesses as well as team sponsors, for which we are greatly appreciative.
Yeah, nice stone from Amanda Gates there. She's been having trouble with her draw weight, and actually she moved her stones around there. So I think she threw her second one first that time and gave it a little bit more on the out turn, and they'll be happy enough with the centre guard this time, right on the EDF sign. Nice weight again by Daniela Rupp.
So after 5 ends, still a 5 percentage points difference between the the two teams.
That's about how it feels actually. Without knowing the stats, you would say that Barbezat are just nudging ahead of Fleury.
Yep. Of course, Tracy's had a couple of good chances for twos, a draw and a hit and stick, and missed them both. So that's kind of the difference in the game at the moment.
I think the game's there to be won from either team. I think it's going to come down to the wire, and whoever performs the shots, throws the right shots at the right time, it's as close as that. So percentages,
Yep.
they show you a trend, but they don't win games.
Great shot there from
That's a cracker, yeah.
Amanda Gates. Couldn't run down and place it any better. Got the angle, she's right behind the guard, she's locked onto it.
Yeah, she'll be delighted. That's two great out turns down there. She was struggling a little bit early on, and she's got a feel for it now.
So Daniela Raup. Got a tough shot here. I'll come round and try and break that frozen stone, get right on top of the red, tap her own back.
Yeah, if she can get on top of it, I think we'll be seeing the centre guard going at some point. So they're just trying to get in there so they get a nicer angle on these. She's maybe just a bit heavy here, is she?
It's the line as much as anything, Rob. It's just, I think the weight was pretty nice. If she had got on top of that, she was good, but just hanging high. Opportunity Canada to tap the yellow back and have a check onto the red as well would be good.
Yeah, that red's looking great in there at the moment. So wee bit of a half stone there from Team Barbezat, but Jenna Walsh is going to just try and get one back in here, pop this one back, maybe half check to one side of it. Great line again.
Yeah, good shot. Shot.
10-6.
Yeah, the guard's got to go for certain. She was just checking the lineup of these stones to see which of the two is more dangerous in the house, but I think she'll be happy just to peel the top one off, and there's lots of stones to come. But certainly Canada are in a great setup here now.
Try to take the guard off. Sweeping hard for line. Just the back one.
Yeah, the risk there was that often you would try and take the centre off and leave yourself a corner, but the risk of trying to be too clever there was potentially feathering the top red, maybe jamming it on the back one. Sounded a wee bit narrow, but looks okay to me.
Just trying to throw the centre guard, but it's over curling for them, Rob. It's going to.
She's right enough. It is going big at the end there. Look, it's doing a job, but
left enough room for the double. Can she get the inside of the top red? Yeah, I believe she can. I think she could probably get past there and just get tight to that red on the right hand side, make contact with it and roll across and move the other red out. Just like that.
Yeah.
Yep. May not take it out of the house, but it should be able to move it back, I suspect.
the other shot's to catch on the high side, and even if it flicks the yellow, it's a good shot too, because that their own stone isn't helping them much at the moment.
Just a little thick.
Yeah, it was a good attempt, wasn't it?
Yep.
Changed the angle a wee bit. Yeah, I mean Switzerland line shot here, but Canada are currently holding the cards at this end. They've got a decent centre guard. It's not perfect, but it's decent. And they've got one welded on at a good angle. This stone's all about pressure. Keep this in play. If it can hit and flop over and top, it's just making the run back even harder. That's good there.
Not bad at all.
At some point the Canadians are going to have to move that yellow, so they don't want to snooker themselves completely. But there's more pressure on with the extra stone there, and not entirely sure the Swiss can afford to waste a stone trying to move that yet.
Yeah, it's hard to say because it's quite a long guard. She can probably come around and tap that, Rob.
Yeah.
What else is she going to do here? I think that's the right call. Let's play back 4 foot weight, back 8 foot weight. Try and come to the nose of the red. Lie first shot. Move your yellow back to give yourself a chance at some point for the multiple score.
I think it's important she moves the yellow, but I think she's overthrown that, and it's they're sweeping for the drag effect, but it looks very straight there now.
I think she's getting anything. This shot is way wide.
It's not gonna. She just overthrew it. Well, I talked about that one needing to move it back, and she's certainly done that.
Yeah. Not just the best, but it's
ironically, I think it is sitting better for her, because we saw that one curl a lot at the end there, and that was back 12 weight, so I think it will come past that guard and you can come onto the nose of the red. So if these yellows disappear, Switzerland still have a chance to get one in there. Oh, lovely
nice
shot. Yeah.
Beauty. Advantage Canada.
Yeah, they're up in the game now, aren't they?
Ever in turn, red onto red. Roll them both out and leave your shooter in the corner.
Yeah, I think the double on the top two, because really that guard out there is almost a corner guard, and the third red, the deepest one, is back T, so there's freezes on there. Might struggle to hold the shooter in play. That would be a bonus.
Playing the in turn. She needs to get the. Oh dear, oh dear.
Not ideal, still better than it was. Manoeuvring two of them into the open. I think we might see a centre guard going up here though. Coming right in, piling the pressure on.
Okay, full 12's perfect.
Tracy Fleury's first shot.
Right in front of ours.
Sixth end, lying very well. Got a chance to put some real pressure on the Swiss now.
Yeah, just making it as hard as she can. If she can get to the top of the 12 foot here, at some point she's going to try and have to play a draw into it. So 2 Swiss stones to come. I think she'll probably peel it the first time. It's going to leave her a hard shot though, isn't it, with her last?
I think a lot will depend on where this one ends up as to.
She doesn't want to be heavy.
Melanie's next move, anything apart from heavy.
I think we're seeing a strike.
Hmm.
Yeah, the Swiss couldn't have placed it better, really.
There's an opportunity now, Rob. If she hits this guard, the stone right in the middle, she could roll, the back one goes, and number 7 goes behind the 4 foot, and the shooter could go in between them and leave herself in a red sandwich.
Yeah, the played stone and the middle stone would run together across the EDF sign. It's not an easy shot.
It's a tough shot, but right now she hasn't got. There's no easy shots.
Line 4 again, she'll take this scenario anyway.
Yeah, yep. It's just what you're talking about is just bumping them back a couple of feet and lying in front of it, making it very difficult for Tracy to remove them, her yellow shooter. Yeah. Carol Howard has been the 5th man at the last 2 World Championships, winning gold for Switzerland on both occasions. Very knowledgeable about the game. Great to sit in the bench alongside the coaches and the backup staff and watch the game from above. Gives them a really good feel for what's happening.
Yeah, no bones about it. The 5th man in these curling teams at the moment are extremely well worked. They throw a lot of stones with the team. They match the stones. They're watching other teams play. They're very much an integral part of the dynamic of the team. So she's obviously very well respected in the game. Vital shot here.
Got to stick in the nose of it. Doesn't want to draw too far.
Oh, that's a great shot.
Nice shot. Really nice shot.
Great weight. Hit it just at the right point.
Wise shot, and it's well locked in.
I wonder if there's an out turn for the Canadians. An in turn, around the other side of the guard to try and quarter stone and pop the yellow across the face of the house the other way.
We can push it to here.
I mean, we can probably make that.
I think that's what she's looking at.
See anything else? Right. Okay.
She's got to play at a decent weight though, because it's got to pop it back out of the 4 foot. Otherwise, she's potentially risking losing a 2 from a situation where she's looking to steal.
Oh yeah, they can just tap this for 2, I guess. If we make it, it's really good.
Yeah, I mean, as good a shot as that was, it was really the mistake from Tracy that set that up. Anywhere from front of the house to top 8 was no shot on from Barbezat. She was going to have to play a peel. Suddenly it set something up that's made them attack the end.
It's not going.
I don't think
It's
so.
too far. It's too low. If it was higher, it would.
I think she's going to play an in-turn at bumper weight minimum.
Well, shooters
But any heavier than that, she'll not catch the curl, so
Yeah.
she'll not see a lot.
I think at least. I'm just thinking she still has an easy shot for 1. I just don't want to get
The other way is to come right up on top of it, freeze it, and give away a 1. It's no disgrace to losing a 1 here for Tracy.
There's that really skinny.
Tracy will be happy with that. She's just trying to think of any way she can not to lose a 2 here.
play it. I don't mind also just sort of.
And then what does she do?
I don't think she would too much.
I don't think we can plug everything though, because she's got this little tap, this for 2, right?
Yeah.
And then she's got just the draw.
Yeah, that's why I like the front stone freeze. I think if she can come right up to it's no harm. If she comes too far, perhaps there's a nose hit, lift 2. No, she's safe. I think if she front stone freezes that anywhere from top 4 to welded on the stone, I think she's okay.
What do you guys like?
I'm okay with wherever. Do you like that call?
A little bit more accurate than that, I think, Rob. If we can get a freeze down, I think it's the best shot. Just come down, line, top of it, and say to Switzerland, if you can draw around the outside of that, and get your 2.
Either, whatever you like.
Good luck, but it's.
I mean, she's got to grab a piece of the 1 foot, so half stone on the right hand side of the yellow is no disgrace.
I don't know.
For the freeze.
Freeze.
Yeah.
You freeze just in the left hand side of that centre line, and there's no way to the button really.
Well, they've got to come round the outside of the yellow and red frozen stone to get to the outcount in the back red, which is not easy.
I think from the far end, you probably think you can see a piece of the highest red, so she may be tempted into an in-turn here. That's just what she is, look.
Got it. Let's go.
Attacking shot.
Yep.
The risk here is that the yellow doesn't go right out of the house. The played stone runs, and the contact stone is going to roll half a stone and there might be a nose hit double for the 2 yellows. So
what do you guys like? I'm really indecisive right now. Between the 2 shots. I'm really indecisive.
You gotta play something.
Crystal just reminding her skip that she's on a time clock here.
Yeah.
The time clocks are pretty generous with the 32 minutes, but we haven't seen anybody close. But I think Team Fleury is going to be pretty close this time. They're down to 7 minutes, and there's still 2 ends to go.
Yeah, they'll be fine at that, Rob. The clocks are generous time-wise. It's gives them lots of time, but it keeps it schedule.
That's on the high side.
In turn,
She's catching a piece though. Oh no, just feathered.
Past the side of it.
It's not making anything.
So
A relatively low risk attempt here as well, because she afford to tap the yellow.
Yep.
And also going to lock on the back one, and
yeah, she's got either or. I think she's playing for the dead draw.
she is.
If she feathers the yellow and rolls off it, I think she can still get 2. Melanie Barbezat will be loving this shot when 2 minutes ago she was facing 4 against.
Her first shot was a fantastic shot, gave the opportunity to score the juice here.
The way looks good. Just the sweepers trying to work out which one's on it.
Starting to swing a bit now. It does look good. Fractionally heavy, is it? Yeah, it's just rubbing off
Great
that.
shot.
What a shot.
I think that would have stopped on its own, but certainly it's right on the EDF, so they'll be delighted with that too. They were in trouble for a long time.
Yep, 2 at the 6th end to lead 5 shots to 3
Sorry guys, I'm having
in
a
this
rough go.
tiebreaker game.
I'm wondering if for the time being we want to abandon those like half waders when we can't see it at all.
Maybe.
If there's another
We're not
option.
making any of them.
That's what I mean. None of us have, right?
Yeah, the Canadians just reflecting on their strategy in that end there. They didn't really do an awful lot wrong. They played a pretty clinical end. It was really just Tracy's first stone went too far, brought them back in, and then of course she missed completely her second. So she's saying she's having a rough time out there, but actually it's just half stones here and there is just creating the opening. And the stats are bearing up to that too. The Canadians are playing reasonably steady. It's just Tracy's just struggling a little bit with her half stone weights. It's a skips game. Melanie's throwing 67%, Tracy 58%, and that's probably the difference between the 2 teams at the moment.
Yeah, it is, Rob. That is where the game is being won and lost, and the fact that Jenna Walsh is shooting 88%, helping protect her skip a bit. So Canada got all the work to do now. Got to score 3 points next 2 ends to remain in the event.
Yeah, Melanie Barbezat, she'll be quite content playing the game in the house if she can here. Certainly forcing the 1 if she possibly can, and worst case scenario, even if it's a 2, she's all square with a hammer going down the last. So at the moment she's holding all the cards, but we've seen a few of these ends where the advantage has swung from one way to the other.
A long way to go yet, Rob. There's no question about that, but it's a good advantage that the Swiss girls have got. You know, the worst case scenario, if they do happen to lose 2 here, they'll have the hammer coming home. Canada are far from out of it.
The corner guard swung quite a long way there, but we saw 2 manufactured here in the first part of the game from Barbezat, where she put a corner guard right out there. I know you like them over there, Dave. It still leaves the potential draw at the 4 foot still on if you keep them wide enough. So too often teams don't put the corner guards wide enough, and it makes the bailout rescue shot very difficult.
Yeah, an ice that swings as much as this, Rob. You've really got to be up within 2 metres of the rings and out on the edge of the 8 foot to allow yourself that opportunity. It could be a draw for a multiple score or a draw against a difficult situation. Either way, it gives you room if you put the stones, the guards further up. Amanda trying to get the goalpost set up by going down the left hand side now.
Yeah, I think 1 down she'd be happy, 1 corner guard. She'd have probably made a play on the 2 in the house, but at 2 down she's going to try and create a little bit more this time. We're going to see one of these guards going here, so she had to make sure she had at least 1 corner for sure in play.
Yep, Daniela Raup, lead for team Barbezat. Got a couple of great shots in for the start of the end. 1 on the top of the button, 1 on the top of the 8 foot. Perfect setup. Nice shot. Clears it off.
Yeah, Carol Howard's been a great asset to the team. Student of architectural design. You wonder, being away as often as she is, being able to maintain careers that these girls do. It's a real commitment. We talk about our girls, full-time curlers, a lot of Canadians full-time curlers, but it's a big commitment to be able to hold down a job and still be away from family and work, studies. These girls are committed to the sport.
Just slipping into the rings, that's not what they were after there. 2 down, using the corner guards up.
Yeah, she's had a really steady game. It's unusual.
Did you catch that, Rob?
Yeah, she said, I'm not too worried about the corner guard at the moment. Let's just make sure we get the one in the house. Carol's just adding her experience.
It's a lot of ice.
Yeah. I think I'd be taking the guard off here, Dave.
I think so. 2 up, Rob. They've still got to move the 2 yellows after that as well. So.
Yeah. They know what they're doing. They're the ones on the ice.
Tracy throwing another guard up.
Just the way the 2 yellows are positioned. If one of them had been back tee, fair enough. But really, Team Barbezat are sitting pretty dominant in the middle of the sheet there with 1 top of the button. Not easy moving them both. Opportunity to take the guard off. 2 up. Yeah. Always take the guard. That's for taking the view that guard's not dangerous. It's long, it's wide. They're certainly taking the dangerous one here. Peel weight, she said. Making sure she does catch the back red, they'll all spin.
In-turn clearance, just watch not jam it on the winger. Oh, so easy, like that.
Yeah, that was the risk with that shot. But she couldn't take the other hand though, she had to go that way. I think that was the reason for the peel weight, to try and get her over the top, so try and create a bit of energy. But yeah, it's always sod's law. It's amazing how many times that happens.
She's going to make a move in the yellows now. Now she's got the backup of a counter. She wants to try and bring that red round to play. So the in-turn hit here.
Yeah, even if she rolls this across, not necessarily behind the guard, but keep the shooter in play and That's swinging big style.
I
It's not
think
going.
it's a little soft out of hand.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
I don't know what happened to that.
No.
Hard jam it, go, 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 go.
Maybe picked or something, so it just took off going across the ice there. I think it was a pretty soft release.
Yeah, I think so too. We haven't seen too much stones picking. It's
No,
it's quite a hard pebble, or it's all in the release. When it's as swingy as this, Dave, if you're not right out at it, positive handle, they really go on you, and often more at that in between weight.
definitely. Yep, there was one or two of Amanda Gates' draws early on that were quite soft releases, and they just took off.
So the Swiss persisting with the taking the one out in the house. So it's interesting. Fleury's got a chance of a 2 now. The minute you've left that corner guard up, the 2's still on here.
Quite a long guard, isn't it? It's outside what we call the ideal area. It's a couple of metres longer than they would hope for, but it is protection, and also there's a yellow at the back of the 12 foot that could act as another locking stone.
It's pretty good.
Weight's really good. She'll get a good finish in here.
Great squeeze. Nice shot. Nice shot.
Yeah, she'll steal a piece, but the piece she sees might just jam it on the back. You have to go for it.
Got to make a play in this one for certain. Yep. A lot of ice.
It looks a lot to me too, Dave. I was just thinking that too. There's no way they're going anywhere near the guard.
Can't afford to be any sort of weightness at all. Will be running straight, but
We saw Melanie having trouble on her out turn earlier, and actually it's when she was overthrowing it, so she's not guilty of ducking them in, so she's got to make sure she catches something. The guard's not ideal, but it's better than catching nothing.
and that was called straight out of the hand.
Yeah, she's turned it, hasn't she?
Turned it in big time.
Could tap this red and still leave a guard on.
Well, after 2 brilliant shots at the last end, she'll be disappointed with that.
It's definitely these in-between hack weights that the girls are finding more difficulty with, and we saw it when Tracy was having to play them early on, and now we're seeing the same. So Canada have got a real chance of a steal here, never mind the force. Sorry, they're going for 2. They've got a real chance of the 2, yeah. I'm just seeing the centre guard there.
Okay, 10 and a half. We're actually going to try to flop a little bit Jenna's way. Makes their double a bit harder.
Yep, so Tracy well aware that if she makes this, she's trying to get a bit of separation in case there's a double opportunity. It won't be an easy one regardless.
Yeah, Melanie's got to make sure she hits the open one, really. The double's a bonus for sure, but she can't miss and give away a 3 at this stage. That's close to the guard, Dave. Great shot. So the double's there, but it's a good result. She can't have done much more than that.
That was a great shot, really well played. No question there's a double on here, but it's not an easy shot.
Yeah, the double certainly goes over the top of the back yellow. I think if she's fat, it might jam.
I think it could definitely jam if it's hit a little bit thick. The only thing else, you'd probably roll on top of the red to reduce the scoring area again. So she could be okay, but she's definitely going for the double here.
Yeah, I think she might as well go for it. There's no harm really. It's a great game turner if she can make a double here.
Big weight. Oh.
Not a bad attempt. Just
Nearly.
Needed a bit thinner.
Need to be thinner, alternatively she could have just let it draw a little bit more and try and hit and roll on top of it, but not easy to judge at that weight.
No.
So an opportunity once again for Canada to get a relatively straightforward 2. Tracy Fleury's last shot at 7th.
Yeah, great chance to tie the game up here. She'll be happy with a tied end game going down the last. They've had a lot of opportunities that they've not taken, so if they're all square, they'll be delighted with that. Looks like a good throw this time.
Yeah, looks nice weight. Sweeper's quite happy, just coming on and off to keep it clean. Yep, well played.
Yeah, they've had 3 chances of getting the 2. There are a few ironic cheers there because they've created openings, and it just shows the big advantage of having the hammer, because these 2s are being created quite comfortably.
Yeah, Rob, if you go back to the comment you made earlier on about leaving that corner guard on, it was definitely had an influence in the play, because that's where Melanie Barbezat caught the guard, rolled across.
Yeah, I think there was a strategic missed call there. I think they chased the wide one just because they were scared of Canada making the double, but really if the card was off, there was the Canadians still had to make 2 big shots, whereas Switzerland made a bad call, and then it was just 1 big shot the Canadians had to do, and that shot was just getting round a corner guard, and this level of the game, that's not difficult.
The team percentage have closed right up now from about a 5% deficit for most of the game. We're down to a 2% deficit for Canada, just 2% behind. The skips are absolutely neck and neck, so that's the reason that the game has got a lot closer.
Yeah, a couple of bad ends from Melanie Barbezat, and Tracy's found a draw weight. Suddenly the game's all tied up, and momentum's actually swinging the other way. It's all about these first couple of stones. If they can get the stones in the right place here, it's going to be difficult for Barbezat. Good start. Leave the long guard with your first. Come round it with your second.
Yep. Try and get them lined up. Pretty good. Cuts the centre line, which is vital, so you can get your last shot into the 4-foot.
We'll see an attempted tick shot here. Fairly standard practice for these top teams now, so a lot of training going in on it. I think we're seeing her going across the top again. Hack weight, big handle on it. Trying to keep it relatively straight, but enough handle that it gets a big spin off it when it does make oh, it's picked up. Yeah, I think that did grab there.
Yep, definitely.
Because I think that was a good throw.
That's very unlucky. Not was it picked up, it stopped in the bad place. Curling stones only run about a 6mm running band at the bottom of these stones. Dished like a soup bowl on the bottom, and it's any piece of material from clothing, etc. on the ice, or any dust can cause the equivalent of a kick in snooker.
Yeah. Yeah, it's unfortunate. It was a decent shot, and I love the riposte from Amanda. She's played 2 perfect stones here, 1 short guard, 1 long guard.
Yep. Absolutely perfect setup, both touching the centre line, lined up. If you take a double on these, you're not going to roll your shooter out of the way, it will stay there. So in this early stage in the end, Canada have got a strong position.
The call was to try and come round this time, but that looks narrow to me. It might not be the worst thing if she does feather one of these guards.
Not only is it narrow, Rob, it's also very light.
Oh dear. Yeah, that's cluttered the front up even more. Just losing their way a wee bit. Just need to concentrate here. They've still got the hammer. Just need to concentrate on what they're trying to do. Canadians smell blood here. That's a far better line.
Yeah, it sounded like it picked as well. The
Yeah.
teams are talking about that.
It certainly did. They were off and on there. So whether something came off, debris off the brushes.
Mit diesem Wecken, oder? Ja, ja, aber über Görle. Sonst nimmt es halt nur einen. Ja.
Not hanging around any longer. I'm going to try and shift some granite.
Throwing big weight. Can she get more than one's the key thing? And no, she can't. One guard away.
High guard around. Just over.
I like still high guard here. I think it's too early to go round yet. Not sure she was asking me though.
Looks like you're okay.
Final end
Oh, just over.
of this EDF Energy
Just over.
tiebreaker game. Both teams ended the round robin on 2 wins and 2 losses. Although Melanie Barbezat actually
I just don't like how it's
defeated Team Fleury this morning in their round robin game. The way these are set up, Rob, there is a chance of a multiple peel here. Red onto yellow. Move all 3. Leave 1 redstone lying.
Dann muss ich weniger brechen. Ja. Dann muss ich ihn hier brechen. Gut.
Yeah, she's going to have to rip 2 doubles really to try and give her skip an easier shot. Double this one. Tracy Fleury is going to put up another centre, so she's going to have to do this twice. Peel weight again. I think this is close. Oh, very close, but no cigar because
Hasn't
that's
changed much. So,
we're going in this time, I think.
yep, coming right round. Got all the guards up. You want to get one in here as soon as possible.
Crucial stone here. She doesn't want to go deep. She needs to be top 4.
Needs to curl a bit. Line's good. Good. Jenna, yeah.
Crystal Webster's
Well, Amanda, it's yours.
first stone.
It's yours. Looks like lot.
She's gone deep, I think. It's a good line.
Still just digging
Drag it
now,
now.
though.
Drag it. Drag it.
Nice shot.
Great effort. Wow. A lot of guards still to move, Dave.
Got to be pretty happy with that. So red on the right hand side, Rob, onto that yellow, and if you get lucky, it may run back and catch the stone just played.
It's almost their best chance. Almost got what you were talking about the other way.
Yeah, she'll not be too disappointed with that.
It's moved a few stones around.
Probably helped a bit.
Little shorts, okay.
Still double guard up there, but
The problem is there's not much of a shot in the in-turn hand at all now. It's pretty much sealed off. If Crystal Webster can come in here again on the out-turn, same shot again.
Line's good. Top button. Top button. Line's good. Line's good. Bit of room. Line's great.
Yeah, nice stone coming in here.
yeah, Crystal's had a quiet game, and yet, here she is and played 2 clinkers at the end.
Yep, great shot.
Nice shooting. Danny.
She can see a bit of this. It's a tight angle to get the double.
Danny meint verkocht. Was over dir? Ja, noch einmal.
Yeah, it's almost run out of stones. They've almost got to take this opportunity. Can she catch the inside of the yellow and drive it back? Oh, it's narrow. I like the hack weight down here, Dave, and try and just push the red one off the button. Even if it doesn't take it from playing, just push them all back 4. You're going to have to nail the 4 foot with your last anyway. Just try and manoeuvre that one off the button a bit deeper. Give your skip a little bit more room. Playing peel weight though.
Jenny Perrott, her last shot at this 8th end.
Well, she's got the inside all right.
Oh. Well, it was definitely possible. She actually overdrew there.
It's too good.
Curled too much.
Centre guard's off though, so don't fancy the skips draw if Tracy Fleury gets her 2 right.
No, it probably is possible, but oh my goodness, it's tight. You've got to absolutely shave the first one and have back of the button weight to try and push it back 6 inches.
The way it's curling there, the yellow is almost in play on the out-turn draw there. She's got to miss the yellow and still come round at the end.
Her option may be to do the angle raise on that one.
Might be the only stone she has. Canada have played a great end here.
I think you're there.
Little bit early. Whoa, you're there. Line's good. Clean it. Whoa.
They've really come to the fore these last 3 ends. They played a good end at 6 coming this way, and Tracy Fleury put her draw too deep, and Melanie played a great shot.
This is running on the Rob. This is running on.
Oh, it's over curled.
She just ran a metre too far there, and there's definitely a shot on now onto the top red.
Do you think it's worth going half stone and trying to catch a piece of the yellow and run it straight back?
Could have been worse.
I'm not sure she can catch them both.
Yeah, you mean that yellow could just be a fraction too far to the right?
Yeah, I think you're right.
Might have been a good.
I think the guard's almost done enough.
Yeah, it has. It'd be very, very difficult to move both. You could tap it back though and leave yourself something to work with for your next one. If you hit,
Every picture tells the story.
if you hit and roll a couple of feet to the right, then it would leave the
Yeah.
challenge for Tracy whether she would follow you down and try and remove it, or whether she would just guard again. If she guards, you've got someone to use.
Yeah, if she removes it, you've potentially got an open.
I think with the swing in the ice, Rob, it's possible at hack weight to come down there hit as much as you can see of that red one, and perhaps catch the back one as well. The ice they're taking is for more weight than that, and I suspect she won't get the back one.
Yeah, I quite like hack weight, and even if she leaves a yellow and gives herself an option on the other hand, gives herself 2 options.
Worst case scenario, you could rub the red one that's short of the rings and roll your shooter across to the open space and give yourself an angle for your drive on with your last one, or a promotion, one of the two.
Yeah.
Tap up.
I don't like this call. Certainly hitting something.
Yep, hit the wrong one, unfortunately for her. She's
Yeah, and the weight she threw.
tight
If
there.
she'd caught that one at back 12-foot weight, it was going to roll it in and it'd be left in a place where she could have used it. Tracy gets her guard anywhere near here, it's almost no shot.
Well, you've got the angle tap up on the outside yellow onto the button. Half stone coming in, which is not easy.
I'll throw less too. That was way too heavy.
Not easy.
Yeah.
Through between the 2 yellows and catch a quarter stone of the yellow in the house. Not easy.
Don't think there was enough weight for that.
Yeah.
Maybe
She's
get an out turn
out-turn draw, but she's got
round
to
the
be
guard and chip the yellow up that way, but it's
millimetre perfect.
Tracy Fleury's last shot.
A little bit, Jenna. Clean it.
There'll be no extra end. There's definitely going to be a score here of some kind.
Yeah.
Hard, Jenna. Hey, stay with it.
Line looks pretty good.
Yeah, they like the weight too. They're just working that.
Just clean. Just clean.
It's all about line. They don't want this going too far now.
Whoa.
Good shot. Good shot. That's what's required. Perhaps drawn a little bit too far, but you'd like to have been 6 inches further across. So,
Nice shot, Trace.
can Switzerland play the shot on the out turn draw, or do they have to go for the yellow raise?
Ja, ich meine, der ist ja mehr versteckt als der hier, nicht?
I think they've got to play the out-turn the out-turn draw on its own.
Da hier musst du über 2.
I mean, it's millimetre perfect, but every shot you've got left is millimetre perfect.
Yep, you've got a choice of two. You either play the out turn draw and try and move it back 2 inches.
Yeah.
Or you play the angle raise.
I think if she was lying second shot, the angled raise would be more attractive to me, but the fact she's lying 2, you've got to absolutely nail and stick, and that angle coming in there isn't going to be easy to hit and stick. Plenty of time in the time clock, but their second player is keeping an eye on it. They're down to a minute to go, so
been a good game though, Robin. A lot of good shots played. One or two opportunities missed as well. Kept it exciting from the viewer's point of view. And so she's looking at the potential of raising the yellow onto the red.
it's been a cracking comeback from the Canadians. Whatever happened to this shot, they played a great end at 6, even though they lost the 2. Got their 2 at 7, and they've piled the pressure on here at 8. So 6, 7, 8, big turnaround of the game. But she's got a shot for it. But this is a 1 in 5, 1 in 6 shot.
She doesn't have a whole ton of time. She's been very relaxed about what she's doing here with the clock ticking down. Just 15 seconds left.
Playing the crowd, or a bit of inexperience here? I tell you what.
6, 5, 4, 3.
Game over.
Wow.
That's an umpire's call. I think they spotted it.
I think it's out of play anyway. It's missed the target. She was just
A wee bit of inexperience there. They
just let the clock run down herself. It didn't seem to.
Yeah, the umpire were on it. they called it, but not a great way, but she did make the shot anyway.
So a steal for Team Fleury.
Great second half of the game there, Dave. The Canadians really upped their game, and Crystal played 2 crackers there. She's had a quiet game, like I said earlier, but 200% shots, and turned the game around. It's not easy stealing, but they got their guards in the right place and played 100% end, and
Melanie Barbezat will learn a hard lesson from that one. She just took too long over her last shot, ended up running out of time. Team Fleury played a really good last end there, set themselves well up for the steal. Supposing there was time, it was going to be a very difficult shot anyway, but the outcome is a win to Tracy Fleury from Northern Ontario, and she'll advance to this evening's quarter-finals, where she'll play against Eve Muirhead. We look forward to you all joining us again then. From Rob Niven and myself here in Perth, we'll say goodbye and look forward to seeing you again this evening.